Think you know which country loves sugar the most? The answer might just surprise you. Today, we're embarking on a sweet adventure, unraveling the sugary secrets of the world and finding out which countries top the charts in sugar consumption. Sugar has a rich history, dating back to ancient times when it was first harvested from sugarcane plants. Over the centuries, it has evolved into many forms, from raw cane sugar to the refined white granules we're familiar with, and even alternative sweeteners like honey and agave nectar. But sugar isn't just about sweetness. It's a major player in our health too. Consuming too much can lead to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Yet across the globe, our love for sugar continues unabated. Now, how does the world consume sugar? Well, the patterns are as varied as the types of sugar itself. From sweet drinks to decadent desserts, sugar finds its way into our diets in countless ways. Ready to find out which countries are the biggest sugarholics? Stick around. It's time to dive into the top 5 sugar-consuming countries. Any guesses? Holding the 5th spot is Germany. Now, this might not come as a surprise to anyone familiar with Germany's rich tradition of baking. From delectable pastries to mouth-watering chocolates, the German sweet tooth is legendary. But did you know that the average German consumes about 81 pounds of sugar per year? That's nearly a bag of sugar a week. Next time you're enjoying a slice of Black Forest gâteau or a handful of gummy bears, both German inventions, by the way, spare a thought for the extraordinary amount of sugar that goes into these treats. Moving on to the 4th position, we find ourselves in the land of the free, the United States of America. Known for its supersized meals and drinks, America's love for sugar is well documented. In fact, the average American consumes about 85 pounds of sugar each year. From sugar-laden sodas to decadent desserts, it's clear that sugar plays a significant role in the American diet. And who can forget the iconic American apple pie or the irresistibly sweet and fluffy marshmallows? These sugary delights are a testament to America's sweet love affair. All right, time for our top 3. Can you guess which country is next? It's Brazil. This country is not just one of the largest sugar producers in the world, but also one of the biggest consumers. The average Brazilian consumes an astounding 95 pounds of sugar per year. But when you consider the tantalizing sweetness of a brigadeiro or the refreshing kick of a caipirinha cocktail, it's easy to see how the sugar adds up. Now, we're down to our top 2 sugar-consuming nations. At number 2, we have India. With its vast array of sweet treats like jalebi, gulab jamun, and countless regional delicacies, it's no wonder the average Indian consumes a whopping 100 pounds of sugar each year. But it's not just about desserts. Sugar is also a key ingredient in many Indian snacks and drinks. Whether it's the satisfying crunch of a sweet samosa or the refreshing sweetness of a mango lassi, sugar is deeply woven into the fabric of Indian cuisine. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, the country that consumes the most sugar in the world is, drumroll please, Indonesia. Yes, you heard it right. The average Indonesian consumes an astonishing 125 pounds of sugar per year. That's like carrying around a small child made entirely of sugar. Indonesian sweets like klepon, a sweet rice cake, and es teler, a fruity dessert, are just a few examples of the country's sugary delights. But it's not just about sweets. Sugar is also a common ingredient in many Indonesian dishes, adding a touch of sweetness to balance out the spicy, salty, and tangy flavors. Surprised by our top 3? Let's delve deeper into their sweet traditions. These top 3 countries not only consume the most sugar, but also have some unique sugary traditions. Intrigued? Let's embark on a sweet journey, starting with our 3rd place sugar consumer, the United States. Known as the land of the free and the home of the brave, it's also the land of sugar-laden treats. From apple pies to donuts, candy corn to Coca-Cola, the American love for sugar is deeply rooted in its culture. Take Halloween, for instance. This spooky celebration sees millions of children and adults alike indulging in an assortment of candies and sweets, contributing to the average American's annual sugar consumption of a staggering 150 pounds. Now that's a lot of sugar. Moving on, we land in India, our 2nd place contender. Sugar isn't just a sweetener here, it's a symbol of happiness and celebration. Think about the variety of Indian sweets, or mithai, each region boasting its own unique delicacies. From the syrup-soaked gulab jamuns of North India to the coconut-laden barfis of the South, sugar is a mainstay in Indian festivities. The Indian sweet tooth doesn't stop at desserts. Indians also love their sugary beverages. Ever heard of chai? This spiced milk tea often contains sugar, making it a sweet staple in Indian households. And finally, we arrive at our top sugar consumer, Brazil. Now, this might come as a surprise to some, but when you delve into Brazilian culture, it all starts to make sense. Brazil is the world's leading sugar producer and exporter, thanks to its vast sugarcane fields. But Brazilians don't just grow sugar, they consume it in abundance too. One of their most popular treats is brigadeiro, a chocolate truffle made with condensed milk, cocoa powder, butter, and chocolate sprinkles. This sweet delight is a must-have at birthdays and weddings. Brazil's love for sugar isn't just in their desserts, it's in their national cocktail too, the caipirinha. Made with cachaça, a liquor derived from fermented sugarcane, sugar and lime, it's a testament to how deeply sugar is ingrained in their culture. But it's not all about sweet treats and celebrations. Each of these countries have their unique ways of incorporating sugar into their daily diets. In the United States, high fructose corn syrup, a type of sugar, is a common ingredient in many processed foods. In India, jaggery, a traditional form of unrefined sugar, is used in everyday cooking and Ayurvedic medicine. And in Brazil, sugarcane juice, or caldo de cana, is a popular refreshing drink, especially in the hot summer months. These sweet traditions and habits paint a picture of cultures that relish sugar in all its forms. But as we enjoy these sugary delights, it's important to remember that moderation is key. After all, sugar is a double-edged sword. It can make life sweeter, but too much of it can also lead to health issues. But what does this sugar obsession mean for their health? That's the question we'll delve into in the next part of our journey. Stay tuned. While sugar can make life sweeter, it also has a bitter side. Let's hear what health experts have to say. As we've seen, sugar is a big part of many cultures around the world. But, like a double-edged sword, while it can provide us with short bursts of energy and pleasure, it can also lead to serious health problems in the long run. Dr. Amelia Hartman, a renowned nutritionist, explains, high sugar intake can lead to obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. And the worst part, you might not even realize you're overdoing it. Many processed foods, even those that don't taste sweet, contain hidden sugars. In fact, the World Health Organization recommends that adults and children reduce their daily intake of free sugars to less than 10% of their total energy intake. For those with a sweet tooth, this might seem like a tall order. Now, let's take a look at our top sugar-consuming countries. The bitter truth is that their high sugar consumption correlates with increased health issues. For example, in the United States, approximately 1 in 3 adults is obese, and nearly 10% of the population has diabetes. Similarly, in Germany, over half of the adult population is overweight, and diabetes rates are rising. Healthcare professional Dr. Rajesh Gupta adds, countries with high sugar consumption often struggle with the burden of these diseases. It's not just about individual choices, but about the food environment we live in. We need to create environments that make healthy choices easier. However, it's important to note that correlation doesn't always mean causation. While high sugar intake can contribute to these health issues, other factors like physical activity, genetics, and overall diet quality also play crucial roles. But it's not all doom and gloom. Some countries are fighting back against the sugar tide. As we move on to the next scene, we'll take a look at the global initiatives aimed at reducing sugar consumption and the countries that are leading the way in this sweet battle. Around the world, countries are taking steps to reduce sugar consumption. Let's take a look. The global fight against sugar is indeed a sweet battle. From taxing sugary drinks to promoting healthier alternatives, nations are wielding their weapons against the sugar overload. In Mexico, for instance, a sugar tax has led to a significant drop in the sales of sugar-sweetened beverages. Over the pond, the United Kingdom has also implemented a similar tax, resulting in many manufacturers reducing the sugar content in their products. And it's not just about taxes. Public awareness campaigns are also playing a crucial role in this battle. Take Singapore, for example. Their War on Diabetes campaign aims to educate the public about the health risks associated with excessive sugar consumption. They have even taken it a step further by banning advertisements for drinks with high sugar content. Innovation is also key in this fight. In Finland, the food industry has been reformulating their products to contain less sugar. This initiative has led to a decrease in the sugar intake of the population without compromising on the taste. While these battles are far from won, they show us that it is possible to enjoy our sweet treats responsibly. Our love for sugar doesn't have to come at the expense of our health. Now that's some food for thought, isn't it? So there you have it, the top sugar-consuming countries and their sweet and bitter tales. We've journeyed through the world of sugar, from its historical roots to its modern-day consumption. We've uncovered the countries that can't resist the sweet allure and dived into their unique sugar-coated cultures. But we've also seen the darker side of sugar, its impact on health, and global efforts to combat its overconsumption. A fascinating journey indeed. What do you think about these findings? Share your thoughts below. Enjoyed this sweet adventure? Don't be a stranger. Come along for more journeys into the fascinating world of food. Show your love by hitting that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Want to be the first to know when we drop a new video? Don't forget to ring that notification bell. Dive into the comments and let's keep the conversation going. Remember, life is short, make it sweet, stay sweet, and see you next time.